Welcome to a world of vibrant stillness, a world of watchful peace and quiet wonder. If you have found your way here, it means the long day has finally come to its close, and the night is gently extending an invitation to lay down the heavy burdens you have carried for far too many hours. You have navigated the endless demands, the urgent voices, and the rushed pace of a world that rarely remembers how to stop. But here, in this quiet space, time flows differently. All you need to do right now is simply be. Let your body soften into the surface beneath you. Feel the physical weight of your limbs, the way gravity lovingly holds you in place, anchoring you to safety. Allow your breathing to slow down, naturally, without any forced effort. Just notice the cool air entering and the warm air leaving. With every exhale, let the grip of today loosen just a little bit more. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is absolutely nothing else you need to do. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Sleep Deep. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. When was the last time you looked up at the night sky and felt completely at peace? Perhaps it has been a while. Often, our minds are so full of tomorrow that we forget to inhabit the beautiful, quiet emptiness of tonight. But tonight is different. Tonight, we are going to travel far away from the concrete and the screens, away from the artificial lights and the endless notifications. Imagine, if you will, the soft, bruised colors of twilight. The sun is just beginning its slow descent beneath the horizon, painting the sky in deep, velvet shades of lavender, bruised peach, and a fading, dusty gold. The light of day is gently washing away, yielding to the profound, comforting embrace of the evening. As the light dims, the air begins to cool, carrying with it the rich, earthy scent of moss, damp soil, and the sweet fragrance of resting leaves. We are traveling into the heart of an ancient, sprawling forest. This is a place where human footsteps are entirely unknown, a sanctuary where nature exists exactly as it has for millions of years in perfect, unhurried balance. Here, there are no deadlines. There is no rush. There is only the steady, rhythmic breathing of the earth. As we drift upward, away from the forest floor, we enter the world of the canopy. It is a secret kingdom suspended in the air, a delicate lattice of branches, vines, and leaves that cradle the sky. The leaves rustle softly, a whispering chorus that sounds like a long, drawn-out sigh. They are settling in for the night, folding themselves away as the warmth of the sun becomes a memory. And here, hidden perfectly within the intricate tapestry of green and brown, lives a creature of extraordinary calm. It is a master of the quiet moment, an ancient soul wrapped in a beautifully textured skin. We are looking at a chameleon. At first glance, you might not even notice it. It does not want to be seen, not out of fear, but out of a profound desire for unbroken peace. It is the very embodiment of the forest's quiet majesty. The chameleon rests upon a gently sloping branch, its body perfectly contouring to the wood beneath it. It looks like a leaf that has decided to stay attached forever, a living extension of the tree itself. Look closely at how it holds onto the branch. Its feet are marvels of evolution, shaped like warm, padded mittens that naturally clasp the rounded wood. There is no tension in its grip. It does not cling with anxiety or desperation. Instead, the feet rest around the branch as if the tree itself has graciously invited the creature to stay, holding it safely above the world. The connection between the animal and the wood is so secure, so absolute, that the chameleon can simply let go of all effort, trusting the strength of the ancient tree to support its weight. In this moment, I want you to feel that same sense of support. Feel the bed beneath you, as solid and dependable as that ancient oak branch. You do not need to hold yourself up anymore. You can surrender your weight completely. The surface beneath you will not let you go. You are safe. You are held. The chameleon's chest rises and falls in a rhythm that is almost imperceptible. It breathes the way the forest breathes, slowly, deeply, taking only what it needs and releasing the rest back into the quiet air. It has spent the day bathing in the warmth of the sun, turning its broad side to the light, absorbing the solar energy like a living, breathing battery. Now, as the cool dusk settles in, it holds that warmth inside, a private ember glowing softly in the encroaching dark. This creature understands something that we so often forget, that stillness is not the absence of action, but a profound and necessary action in itself. To be still is to gather yourself. To be slow is a privilege, a deliberate choice to exist fully in the present second, rather than rushing blindly into the next. As the last rays of sunlight dissolve into the deep blue of the evening sky, the chameleon does not hurry to find shelter. It is already exactly where it needs to be. It gently shifts its weight, a movement so slow and fluid it looks like a trick of the fading light. It is settling in, tucking its limbs slightly closer to its body, finding the perfect balance for the long, peaceful night ahead. And you, too, are exactly where you need to be. Let the colors of the room fade behind your closed eyelids. Let the sounds of the house, of the street outside, blur into a soft, meaningless hum. They belong to a world that is pausing for the night. You are here, in the quiet canopy, safe above the ground, breathing in the cool, clean air of the twilight forest. The journey has only just begun, but already the path is leading you downward, into softness, into comfort, into the deep, welcoming shadows where sleep waits with open arms. As the velvet curtain of the night draws closer, the sky transitions from those bruised sunset hues into a profound, endless indigo. It is the color of deep waters, still and undisturbed, one by one. The stars begin to gently pierce through the gathering dark. They do not arrive all at once in a sudden burst of light. Instead, they emerge softly, timidly, like quiet thoughts settling into a calm mind. If tonight's story reminded you of a beautiful memory, feel free to share it below. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark, illuminating the shared spaces of our quiet hours. Down below, the forest floor has surrendered entirely to the shadows. But up here in the canopy, there is a gentle, silvery illumination cast by the rising moon. The moonlight filters through the layered leaves, creating a soft, shifting mosaic of light and shadow on the branches. It is a world painted in monochrome, a restful palette that asks absolutely nothing of your eyes. You can just let your vision blur, letting the soft edges of the world melt into one another. Our chameleon, still resting upon its sturdy branch, decides it is time for a small, unhurried journey. Perhaps it seeks a slightly thicker cluster of leaves for the night. Or perhaps it simply wishes to feel the cool evening breeze from a different angle. Whatever the reason, there is no urgency. When a chameleon moves, it is a masterclass in the art of taking one's time. It does not scurry. It does not dart. It lifts one padded foot with agonizing, beautiful slowness, reaching forward into the empty air, and as it moves, its body begins to sway. It rocks gently back and forth, a rhythmic, mesmerizing motion that perfectly mimics a leaf caught in a lazy breeze. This rocking walk is a brilliant, quiet strategy. To the rest of the world, the chameleon is just another piece of the forest, dancing to the tune of the wind. But beyond its cleverness, there is a profound peace in this movement. The chameleon is in no rush to reach its destination. The journey itself, the slow lifting, the gentle swaying, the soft placement of the foot is enough. Think about the rhythm of your own days. So often, we are trained to move in straight, hurried lines, rushing from one task to the next, our eyes fixed solely on the finish line. We forget how to sway. We forget that it is perfectly acceptable, even necessary, to simply take our time, to blend into the quiet moments, to let the rhythm of the world guide our steps rather than trying to outpace it. As you lie here, imagine your own breathing, adopting that same gentle, swaying rhythm. Inhale softly, a slow expansion. Exhale deeply, a gentle release. You are rocking softly on the breath, completely untethered from the demands of the clock. There is no deadline here in the dark. The only time that matters is the present, unfolding second by quiet second. As the chameleon continues its slow, rhythmic dance along the branch, its eyes are a marvel of calm observation. These eyes are like two tiny, independent globes, gently swiveling and taking in the world in a full, unbroken panorama. It does not need to turn its head to see what is behind it or above it. It simply lets its eyes wander, softly panning across the moonlit leaves, the distant stars, and the quiet shadows. There is a lesson in this quiet watching. The chameleon observes everything, but it reacts to very little. It sees the rustle of a moth's wing, the falling of a dried leaf, the shifting of a shadow, but it remains perfectly still, perfectly centered. It does not attach anxiety to the things it sees. It simply acknowledges their presence and lets them pass. You can do the same with your thoughts tonight. As you rest, your mind might gently offer up images from the day of conversation, a task left unfinished, a lingering worry. You do not need to fight these thoughts, nor do you need to chase them. Just be like the quiet watcher on the branch. Let your mind's eye observe them independently, without turning your full attention toward them. Acknowledge them softly, and let them drift away on the evening breeze, disappearing into the vast, indigo sky. They are just passing scenery in the landscape of your night. The chameleon finally reaches a spot that feels just right, a quiet junction where three branches meet. sheltered by a thick canopy of broad, cool leaves. As it settles in, it employs one of its most comforting tools, its tail. This tail is not merely an appendage, it is a soft, living anchor. Slowly, deliberately, the chameleon curls the very tip of its tail around the nearest branch. The coil tightens gently, spiraling inward until it forms a perfect, secure embrace around the wood. It is a gesture of absolute trust and grounding. With this anchor in place, the chameleon can completely relax its grip. It is tethered to the earth, held safe by the ancient tree. Feel the points of contact between your own body and the surface beneath you. The back of your head, your shoulders, your spine, your heels. These are your anchors. They are holding you safely, securely, allowing you to let go of any remaining tension. You are anchored in this peaceful moment, safe from the currents of the day, ready to drift deeper into the quiet sanctuary of the night. As the night deepens, it becomes a vast, comforting ocean of quiet. The forest, so vibrant and alive during the day, has completely surrendered to the profound stillness of the dark hours. This is the time when the world truly rests, repairing itself in the cool, silent shadows. Time itself seems to stretch and soften, no longer measured by the ticking of a clock or the urgent rush of obligations, but by the slow, steady procession of the stars across the velvet canopy of the sky. In this quiet space, there is no need to anticipate what comes next. You can simply exist, floating softly in the gentle current of the present moment. If you find your mind wandering, gently guide it back to the image of the sleeping forest. Picture the ancient trees, standing tall and patient, holding the earth together with their roots while cradling the sky with their branches. They have stood through countless nights, just like this one, and they know that the only task required of the dark is to simply let go. When was the last time you allowed yourself to be entirely supported by the quiet of the night, trusting that the world would continue to turn without your constant vigilance? If tonight's story is helping you find that trust, perhaps you can leave a gentle comment for yourself below when you are ready. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark, and every shared feeling is a bridge of comfort between quiet souls. As the deepest part of the night begins its slow, imperceptible turn toward dawn, a subtle change occurs in the forest. It is not an awakening, but rather a soft shift in the atmosphere. The air, already cool, becomes heavy with moisture. A delicate silver mist begins to weave its way through the branches. A quiet breath exhaled by the earth itself. This mist moves like a slow-motion river of air, carrying the faint, clean scent of damp moss and resting ferns. Our chameleon, securely anchored to its branch high above the forest floor, remains perfectly still. It does not stir as the temperature drops slightly, nor does it shiver. It simply accepts the change. Its body a masterpiece of quiet adaptation. As the mist settles over the leaves, the vines, and the textured skin of the sleeping creature, tiny, microscopic droplets of water begin to form. Over the next few hours, in the absolute quiet of the pre-dawn, these droplets gather together. They merge and grow, slowly transforming into perfect, shimmering spheres of morning dew. By the time the sky begins to lighten, shifting from deep indigo to a soft, muted charcoal, the entire canopy is adorned with these tiny, liquid jewels. They rest upon the broad green leaves like hundreds of delicate glass beads, capturing the faint, arriving light of the new day. When the chameleon finally opens its eyes, first one, swiveling slowly to take in the immediate surroundings, and then the other, it does not rush to begin its day. There is no frantic search for sustenance, no hurried scramble to a distant stream or puddle. The chameleon understands a profound secret of the natural world. Sometimes, if you are patient and still, exactly what you need will come directly to you. Instead of moving, the chameleon engages in a beautiful, entirely passive act of nourishment. It tilts its head just slightly upward. The structure of its head is a marvel of natural design, featuring a raised, gently curving crest that resembles a beautiful, organic crown. This crest is not merely for display. It serves a vital, quiet purpose. It acts as a natural gathering point for the moisture in the air. As the mist condenses and the dew forms on the leaves above, occasional droplets fall softly onto the chameleon's head. When a droplet lands on this crest, it does not splash or roll away aimlessly. Instead, the subtle grooves and valleys of the crest act as a perfect, miniature channel. The droplet of water, clear and cool as liquid glass, travels slowly down these tiny pathways, guided entirely by gravity and the intelligent design of the creature's body. It glides smoothly along the gentle slope, moving directly and effortlessly down toward the chameleon's waiting lips. Imagine the profound peace of this moment. The chameleon simply waits, resting on its branch, allowing the environment to gently provide for its needs. It is harvesting the weather itself. A single drop of water reaches its mouth, and it takes a slow, delicate sip. Then, it waits for the next. Think about how often we exhaust ourselves chasing after the things we believe we need, forcing outcomes, and battling against the current of our own lives. We drain our energy trying to control every variable, forgetting that sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to remain still, to prepare ourselves quietly, and to allow the gentle flow of life to bring us what is required. You do not always have to push. You do not always have to strive. Sometimes, just being present and open is more than enough. As the sun slowly breaches the horizon, painting the sky in soft washes of pale pink and warm gold, the first rays of direct light filter through the leaves. They touch the chameleon's skin, bringing with them a gentle, waking warmth. And here, we witness another quiet miracle of this extraordinary creature. The chameleon's skin is not colored by simple pigments, the way a painting is colored by ink. Instead, resting just beneath the surface of its skin is a layer of specialized cells, filled with millions of microscopic, crystalline structures. These tiny crystals act as a living, breathing prism. They do not hold color, they create it by reflecting the light of the sun. As the morning air warms, the chameleon's body relaxes completely into the new day. And as it relaxes, the microscopic crystals beneath its skin gently shift their position. They move closer together or slightly further apart, changing the way they bounce the light back into the world. A chameleon that was dark and muted in the cool night might softly bloom into vibrant shades of deep green, warm turquoise, or soothing yellow as it absorbs the morning sun. This transformation happens without a single sound. It is a language written entirely in light and color, a quiet display of comfort, temperature, and peaceful existence. The chameleon is literally reflecting the warmth of its environment, harmonizing its very appearance with the gentle arrival of the day. And the world the chameleon sees as it looks around is vastly different from our own. Its remarkable eyes are capable of perceiving ultraviolet light, a spectrum of colors completely invisible to the human gaze. To the chameleon, the forest is not just green and brown. It is alive with hidden, glowing patterns. The petals of certain flowers reveal secret, luminous pathways. The leaves hold soft, glowing veins of light. The world is richer, deeper, and more intricately beautiful than we could ever imagine. Yet it remains completely silent and utterly peaceful. It is a gentle reminder that even when we look at our own lives and see only the ordinary, the mundane, or the grey, there are hidden layers of beauty and grace that we simply cannot perceive in that moment. Just because you cannot see the light does not mean it is not there, softly illuminating the path ahead. For now, you do not need to look for that light. You only need to rest. Allow your breathing to match the slow, patient rhythm of the chameleon waiting for the dew. Let the quiet alchemy of the night work its soothing magic on your tired mind. Drift with the slow turning of the earth, safe in the knowledge that you are held. You are quiet, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. The world of the canopy is now fully illuminated, yet it remains draped in a profound, unhurried peace. The sun has climbed higher, transforming the cool, misty blues of the early dawn into a rich, luminous gold that pours down through the leaves like warm, liquid honey. The forest is awake, but its awakening is entirely devoid of the harsh alarms and the sudden, jarring starts that so often dictate our own mornings. Here, the day begins with a soft exhale. It begins with the gentle warming of the bark, the slow unfurling of the fern fronds, and the quiet evaporation of the remaining dew. In your own space, wherever you are resting right now, allow yourself to feel a reflection of that soft morning warmth. Imagine a gentle, golden light resting upon your shoulders, melting away the residual tension, coaxing your muscles to release their invisible grip. You have carried the weight of the world for long enough today. Now, it is time to simply let the world carry you. If this story brought you calm, leave a gentle comment for yourself below. A simple word of kindness, a wish for a peaceful night, or just a quiet acknowledgement of your own presence. Don't forget to subscribe to Sleep Deep for more peaceful nighttime journeys. We are gathering here, night after night, to remind each other that the art of resting is a beautiful, necessary thing. High above the shaded forest floor, our chameleon has finished its silent communion with the morning dew. Its thirst is quenched. Its body is warmed by the dappled sunlight, and its skin is softly radiating a vibrant, calming green that perfectly mirrors the surrounding foliage. It is completely satisfied with the present moment. Yet, a quiet instinct, as soft as a whisper, suggests that there is a warmer patch of sunlight just a few feet away. at the very end of a neighboring branch. For most creatures, traveling a few feet is a matter of seconds. A bird would simply flutter across the gap. A squirrel would dart along the wood with frantic, nervous energy, a blur of motion. But the chameleon belongs to a completely different rhythm of time. For the chameleon, a journey of a few feet is an entire morning's purpose. It is a deliberate, mindful meditation in motion. Watch closely as it prepares to take its very first step of the day. The preparation alone is a masterclass in letting go of urgency. First, it must release its anchor, the long, prehensile tail, which has been curled tightly and securely around the branch all through the dark night, begins to slowly, ever so slowly, uncoil. It does not snap back into place. It unwinds with the smooth, measured grace of a thick ribbon being gently pulled from a spool. 1 centimeter at a time, the tension releases. You can almost feel the profound relaxation in that slow unwinding. It is the physical embodiment of a long, deep sigh. Think about the anchors you hold onto in your own life, the worries you grip tightly, the expectations you wrap yourself around to feel secure. What would it feel like to slowly uncoil from them tonight? You don't have to throw them away or solve them right now. Just loosen your grip, 1 gentle centimeter at a time. Let them unspool. Give yourself the permission to be untethered, just for this quiet night, with its tail softly trailing behind it, acting now as a fluid counterbalance rather than an anchor. The chameleon shifts its attention to its front limbs. Its hands and feet are wondrously shaped, split perfectly down the middle like warm, padded mittens. They are designed not for running, not for scratching, but for holding onto the world with ultimate care and precision. It lifts its right front foot from the bark. This action is so gradual that if you blinked, you might miss the beginning of it. The foot rises into the empty air. Hovering, it hangs there, suspended in time and space. There is absolutely no rush to put it back down. The chameleon is testing the air, feeling the microscopic shifts in the atmosphere, perfectly at ease with hanging in the balance. Then, a soft breeze begins to roll through the upper branches of the ancient trees. It is a gentle, sweeping exhalation of the forest, carrying the scent of pine needles and damp earth. As the breeze arrives, the entire canopy begins to sway. It is a slow, oceanic movement. The branches dip and rise. The leaves flutter and turn, painting shifting patterns of light and shadow across the air. This is the moment the chameleon has been waiting for. It does not try to fight the wind. It does not brace itself or tense its muscles to remain stiff and unmoving. Instead, it fully surrenders to the rhythm of the environment. As the chameleon finally moves its hovering foot forward, it begins to rock. It steps lightly onto the new stretch of bark, but it does not commit its full weight immediately. Instead, its entire body begins to sway back and forth, matching the exact frequency of the wind moving through the leaves. It rocks forward. It rocks backward. Forward again. A fraction of an inch further. To any eye looking up from below, or looking down from above, the chameleon has completely vanished into the motion of the forest. It is no longer an animal walking on a branch. It is simply another leaf, caught in the gentle, hypnotic dance of the breeze. This rhythmic, swaying walk, often called the leaf dance, is one of nature's most brilliant illusions. But beneath the survival strategy lies a deeply soothing philosophy. The chameleon is practicing the ultimate form of harmony. It enters a space, and rather than imposing its own will or its own loud presence upon it, it listens. It feels the rhythm that is already there, and it seamlessly, beautifully joins the dance. How often in our modern lives do we feel the need to push through the wind, to walk in rigid, straight lines, ignoring the natural rhythms of our own bodies and the world around us? We exhaust ourselves fighting against the current, trying to force our own hurried pace upon days that are asking us to slow down. The chameleon reminds us that there is immense grace in swaying. There is strength in flexibility. When the winds of life blow, you do not always need to stand like a rigid stone. You are allowed to soften. You are allowed to rock back and forth. You are allowed to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, knowing that you are still making progress, but doing so without breaking your own spirit. As you lie there, listening to the quiet cadence of these words, imagine your own breathing adopting that gentle, swaying motion. Inhale slowly, letting your chest rise like a branch lifted by the wind. Exhale deeply, letting your chest fall, rocking backward into the absolute safety of your bed. Rise and fall, forward and back. There is no destination you need to reach tonight. The chameleon continues its delicate, rocking progression along the ancient wood. The rough texture of the bark passes slowly beneath its padded feet. The dappled sunlight washes over its back, turning its skin into a moving mosaic of emerald and gold. It takes minutes long, quiet, undisturbed minutes to travel a distance you could cross in a single step. And in those minutes, the chameleon experiences a lifetime of perfect, unhurried peace. It finally reaches the patch of pure, unobstructed sunlight it had been seeking. Gently, the swaying comes to a halt. The mitten-like feet settle firmly onto the warm wood. The long, graceful tail slowly curls its way around the branch once more, securing the soft anchor. The journey is over, not because a finish line was crossed, but because the perfect moment to rest has simply arrived again. The chameleon lowers its chin slightly, letting its body soften and spread out to absorb the comforting heat of the sun. Its independent eyes swivel downward, the eyelids drooping just a fraction, the bright world blurring into a soft, glowing haze. Let your own world blur into a soft, glowing haze. The journey of your day is completely over. You have arrived at your quiet patch of rest. There is nothing left to carry, nothing left to outpace. You are safe. You are warm. You are anchored in the peaceful dark. The afternoon stretches into a long, golden sigh as the hours drift by, unhurried and unmarked by any clock. The harsh, bright light of midday begins to soften. The sun is embarking on its slow, deliberate descent toward the horizon. And as it lowers, the angle of the light transforms the forest into a cathedral of glowing amber and deep, elongated shadows. Dust motes dance lazily in the slanting sunbeams, moving like microscopic stars suspended in a breathless, honey-colored ocean of air. There is a profound, settling energy that arrives with the late afternoon. It is the world's way of exhaling after the height of the day. The leaves seem to hang a little heavier on the branches. the gentle rustle of the wind slows to a soft, occasional murmur. It is a time of transition, a quiet bridge between the active hours and the approaching sanctuary of the night. If you find yourself still holding on to the echoes of your own busy day, imagine those echoes dissolving into this golden light. You do not need to carry the noise of the morning into the quiet of your evening. Let the urgent voices and the pressing demands fade into the background, just as the bright daylight is slowly fading into the restful hues of dusk. When was the last time you allowed yourself to truly transition? To simply sit in the quiet space between doing and resting, without feeling the need to fill the silence? If this quiet moment brings you a sense of relief, know that you are not alone in seeking it. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark, and we are all simply finding our way back to peace. Our chameleon remains exactly where we left it, resting securely on its sun-warmed branch. It has spent the afternoon in a state of tranquil stillness, a silent observer of the slow-moving world around it. But as the temperature of the air begins to drop with the lowering sun, the chameleon begins to change. We often think of a chameleon's shifting colors as a trick of hiding, a way to disappear from the world out of fear. But in the quiet reality of the forest, this remarkable ability is something far more beautiful. It is a language. It is a silent, visual symphony through which the creature communicates its deepest comforts, its internal temperature, and its gentle response to the world around it. As the cool, evening air begins to sweep through the canopy, the chameleon does not shiver. It does not tense its muscles or fight against the chill. Instead, it adapts with absolute, effortless grace. Beneath its wonderfully textured skin, a miraculous, microscopic adjustment takes place. The tiny, crystalline structures within its cells begin to move, shifting their alignment ever so slightly. As they shift, the way they reflect the fading sunlight changes. The vibrant, warm green that clothed the chameleon during the heat of the day softly begins to recede. In its place, deeper, more muted tones begin to bloom across its body. A wave of dusky olive, laced with rich, comforting shades of brown and charcoal, washes over its skin. This deepening of color is a brilliant, quiet strategy. By turning darker, the chameleon's skin becomes a sponge for the remaining light, pulling the last, lingering warmth of the sun deep into its body to sustain it through the coming night. It is actively absorbing comfort from its environment, drawing in the heat exactly when it is needed most. Imagine your own body possessing this kind of quiet wisdom. Think about what it would feel like to simply absorb the warmth and comfort of your surroundings without having to ask for it, without having to strive for it. As you rest here, allow your mind to become like the chameleon's skin. Let it naturally draw in the quiet, the safety, and the peace of this room. You do not need to generate your own warmth tonight. You can simply allow the stillness of the night to blanket you, to hold you, and to keep you safe. There is a profound philosophy in the chameleon's silent language. We live in a world that constantly demands we use our voices to explain ourselves, to defend our boundaries, to declare our presence loudly so that we are not overlooked. We spend so much of our energy trying to be heard over the deafening roar of the everyday hustle. But the chameleon never makes a sound. It has no vocal cords to shout with, no voice to raise in frustration or fear. Yet, It is perfectly understood by the world around it. It expresses its boundaries, its needs, and its state of being entirely through the soft, shifting canvas of its skin. When it is relaxed, it wears the colors of peace. When it is drawing in warmth, it wears the colors of the earth. It proves that you do not always need to be loud to be entirely present. You do not always need to explain yourself to be valid. Sometimes, the most powerful communication is simply allowing yourself to be. Let the muscles in your jaw soften. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. You do not need your voice right now. There is no one here who requires an explanation from you. You do not need to justify your rest, your exhaustion, or your need to simply disconnect. Your silence is honored here. Your quiet presence is more than enough. As the sun dips below the horizon, the golden light melts away, replaced by the soft, bruised purples and deep blues of the encroaching twilight. The chameleon, now dressed in the dark, restful colors of the evening, gently adjusts its grip on the branch. Its independent eyes, which have been softly scanning the forest all afternoon, begin to slow their movements. The heavy lids drop a fraction of an inch, obscuring the bright, swiveling pupils. The world is getting darker, and the need to observe is gently fading away. The forest is preparing to pull the blanket of the night over its shoulders, and the chameleon is completely ready to surrender to the dark. Feel that same surrender echoing in your own body. With every slow, measured exhale, let your limbs feel a little heavier, sinking deeper into the soft surface beneath you. Let your own eyelids feel the gentle weight of the evening. They are heavy, so pleasantly heavy, like velvet curtains slowly drawing closed at the end of a long, beautiful play. The transition is almost complete. The day has finished its story, and the night is ready to begin its quiet reign. There is no rush, no sudden change, only the seamless, beautiful fading of the light. You are drifting into that same peaceful darkness, guided by the silent, slow rhythm of a creature that knows exactly how to rest. The transition from twilight to true night is not a sudden dropping of a curtain, but rather a slow, tender dissolving of the world as you knew it just hours ago. The deep purples and indigo blues that bruised the evening sky have now surrendered completely to an endless, velvety black. It is a soft darkness, one that does not isolate, but instead wraps around the forest like a heavy, comforting blanket woven from the fabric of the cosmos itself. High above the canopy, the stars have taken their rightful places. They are not fiercely twinkling, but glowing with a steady, ancient calm, scattering a pale, silver dust over the resting earth. Down in the depths of the forest, the visual world has been replaced by the rich, enveloping symphony of the night's quietest sounds and most delicate scents. The air, now pleasantly cool and heavy with the evening dew, carries the subtle fragrance of damp soil, resting pine needles, and the faint, sweet memory of the day's blossoms closing their petals against the dark. It is an atmosphere that demands absolutely nothing of your senses. You do not need to look. You do not need to analyze. You only need to breathe it in, letting the cool air wash through you, cleansing away the lingering heat and the frantic energy of the day that has finally passed. Our chameleon, now dressed in the muted, dark tones of the night, knows that the time for observation is over. The day was for soaking in the warmth of the sun and watching the gentle sway of the world. But the night has a single, sacred purpose, profound, undisturbed rest. Yet, before it can truly let go, before it can allow its heavy eyelids to close completely, it must find the perfect sanctuary. It does not seek out a hollow in the thick trunk of the tree, nor does it look for a broad, sturdy branch that might mimic the solid ground. Instead, the chameleon begins a slow, deliberate journey outward. It moves away from the center of the tree, navigating the labyrinth of wood until it reaches the very fringes of the canopy. Here, the branches are no longer thick and rigid. They taper down into delicate, slender twigs, some barely thicker than a piece of twine, adorned with the youngest, softest leaves. To the anxious mind, to the part of us that constantly seeks solid walls and unbreakable foundations, choosing the thinnest, most fragile branch might seem like a mistake. Why would a creature seeking absolute safety venture out to the very edge, where the wood is most flexible and the support seems the most precarious? But the chameleon holds a deeply ingrained, quiet wisdom. It understands a truth about safety that we so often forget in our modern, armored lives. The thickest branches are stable, yes, but they are also silent. They do not register the gentle movements of the world around them. By choosing the most delicate, fragile twig at the very edge of the canopy, the chameleon is creating a brilliant, natural boundary of peace. This thin branch is highly sensitive. It responds to the slightest shift in the air, the softest rustle of the leaves, and the gentlest vibration. If anything from the outside world were to approach a shifting shadow, a wandering neighbor of the night, or a sudden change in the wind, the thin branch would register the movement immediately. It acts as a perfect, highly attuned extension of the chameleon's own senses. The branch will gently bounce and sway long before any disturbance can ever reach the sleeping creature. It is a silent, physical alarm system, woven from the wood of the ancient tree itself. Because the branch is holding the responsibility of feeling the world, the chameleon no longer has to. It does not need to keep one eye open. It does not need to sleep lightly, constantly scanning the darkness for the unexpected. The environment itself has become its protector. The tree has promised to keep watch, allowing the chameleon to completely and entirely let down its guard. Think about the immense relief of that surrender. How much of your own day is spent being vigilant? How much of your energy is drained by anticipating the next problem, guarding against the unexpected, and holding yourself tense just in case something demands your immediate attention? We carry this hypervigilance into our evenings, our minds racing, our muscles tight, acting as our own exhausted sentinels long after the need for defense has passed. But right now, in this quiet space, you are allowed to step out onto your own safe branch. The walls of your room, the locked door, the heavy, comforting weight of the blankets over you. These are your boundaries. They are holding the outside world at bay. They are keeping watch for you. You do not need to remain on guard anymore. Imagine the profound release of handing over that responsibility. Let the room hold the silence. Let the bed support your weight. Let the night stand sentry outside your window. You have done enough protecting today. You have done enough anticipating. Now, You are officially, the boundary is set, and within this space, you are entirely untouchable by the demands of tomorrow. The chameleon reaches the absolute tip of the slender branch. It does not grip it with fear. It's wonderfully padded. Mitten-like feet wrap around the thin wood with the softest, most tender embrace. It trusts the flexibility of the branch perfectly. As its weight settles, the delicate twig bends just a fraction, bowing gently toward the earth in a gesture of welcoming accommodation. It is a soft cradle, suspended between the earth and the stars. Then comes the final, anchoring motion, the long tail, which has trailed behind it like a shadow, slowly sweeps forward. It wraps itself around the thin wood, coiling once, twice, securely tethering the creature to its chosen sanctuary. This is not a grip of desperation, but a lock of absolute comfort. With the anchor in place, the muscles in the chameleon's legs can completely relax. It no longer needs to use its own strength to hold on. The anchor does all the work. Allow your own body to find its final anchors. Feel the heavy, comforting pull of gravity sinking your shoulders deeper into the mattress. Feel the soft pressure of the pillow rising to meet the back of your head, cradling the weight of your thoughts so you no longer have to carry them. Notice the relaxed, natural position of your hands, the gentle curve of your fingers, resting quietly at your sides or upon your chest. There is a profound beauty in this relinquishing of control. The chameleon's breathing slows down to an almost imperceptible rhythm, a soft, shallow tide that perfectly matches the slow, oceanic sway of the canopy. The independent eyes, which spent the day tracking every nuance of light and shadow, finally stop their wandering. The heavy, textured lids slide completely shut, sealing out the silver moonlight and the dark silhouettes of the leaves. The outside world has been entirely muted. The internal world is quietly powering down. The transition into the deep, healing waters of sleep has gently begun, supported by the absolute safety of the fragile edge. The night is no longer just a time of day, it has become a tangible place. It is a vast, quiet room where the earth itself has gone to rest, pulling a heavy, velvet curtain over the vibrant colors and the busy movements of the waking world. Out here, on the fragile edge of the canopy, the darkness is absolute and deeply comforting. It is not an empty void, but a rich, textured silence, woven from the gentle rustle of leaves, the slow breathing of the ancient trees, and the faint, silvery dust of a billion distant stars. If tonight's story reminded you of a beautiful memory, perhaps of a time when you felt entirely at peace under a vast night sky, feel free to share it below when you awaken. Here, no one rests alone. Every story is a soft lantern in the dark, illuminating the quiet corners of our shared human experience. Suspended on its delicate, swaying branch, our chameleon is now profoundly asleep. Its body has entered a state of rest that goes far deeper than simply closing its eyes. To survive and thrive in this quiet kingdom, the chameleon practices a biological surrender that is entirely foreign to our human experience, yet incredibly beautiful to witness. We belong to a species that constantly burns its own fuel. From the moment we wake to the moment we finally collapse into bed, our bodies and our minds are perpetually generating energy. We hustle to stay warm, We rush to meet demands, and we constantly fire the engines of our thoughts to solve problems, anticipate the future, and process the endless stream of information that floods our daily lives. We are like furnaces, always burning, always consuming, always trying to maintain a rigid control over our internal state, regardless of the weather outside. But the chameleon is different. It does not fight the environment. It completely and entirely yields to it. As the cool night air settles over the forest, the chameleon does not shiver to create heat. It does not tense its muscles in a futile battle against the dropping temperature. Instead, it allows the coolness to seep into its textured skin. It permits its own internal rhythm to slow down, matching the sluggish, peaceful tempo of the night. Its heart, which beat with a steady, quiet rhythm during the sunlit hours, now slows to a long, drawn-out drumbeat, a beat, a long pause, another gentle beat. Its breathing becomes so shallow, so infrequent, that if you were looking closely, you might think it had stopped altogether. It is the breath of a creature that has completely let go of the need to do anything but exist. It is drawing upon the absolute minimum amount of energy required to simply be. Imagine, for just a moment, what it would feel like to adopt that profound level of surrender. Think about the energy you are currently burning. Even as you lie here in the dark, the lingering worries about tomorrow's tasks, the mental replays of today's conversations, the subtle tension held in your jaw, your shoulders, the small muscles around your eyes. These are the internal furnaces, still burning long after the need for heat has passed. You have permission to turn them off. You have permission to be like the sleeping creature on the branch. You do not need to generate any more energy tonight. You do not need to figure anything out. Allow the cool, quiet atmosphere of your room to dictate your internal state. Let your heart rate naturally slow its pace. Let your breathing become a soft, effortless tide, rolling in and rolling out without any conscious direction from you. As the chameleon rests, the slender branch it has chosen for its bed continues its gentle, hypnotic work. High up in the canopy, the night wind is a constant, shifting presence. It moves like a slow river of air, pushing against the leaves and causing the thin twig to sway, up and down, side to side. A rhythmic, rocking motion that has existed since the very first trees grew tall enough to touch the sky. This rocking is not a disturbance. It is a profound comfort. It is the original lullaby of the natural world. The chameleon is being cradled by the forest, rocked gently in the arms of the ancient tree. There is a deeply ingrained memory within all of us that responds to this gentle rocking. It is the memory of being held, of being safe, of being moved by a force entirely outside of our own control. As you listen to the cadence of these words, let your mind trace the arc of that swaying branch. Imagine the feeling of being gently rocked, completely unburdened, completely secure. With every slow sway of the branch, let yourself sink a fraction deeper into the mattress. In this state of profound stillness, the chameleon reveals another of its quiet masterpieces, the mastery of slowness. We live in a culture that worships speed. We are taught that faster is always better, that quick reactions are a sign of intelligence, and that moving rapidly through life is the only way to achieve our goals. We wear our exhaustion like a badge of honor. proof that we have kept pace with the relentless turning of the modern world. But looking at the chameleon, we realize that slowness is not a limitation. It is not a failure to keep up. Slowness is a highly evolved, brilliant choice. The chameleon's entire existence is built upon the philosophy that you do not need to rush to be successful. By moving slowly, it remains unseen by those who only look for sudden, frantic motion. By taking its time, it observes details that faster creatures completely miss. By refusing to hurry, it conserves its energy for the moments that truly matter. It does not waste a single breath on unnecessary panic or hurried anxiety. It is a living testament to the fact that you can navigate the world beautifully, successfully, and safely without ever having to run. You can apply this gentle truth to your own life. The hustle culture that leaves you feeling drained and inadequate at the end of the day is a man-made invention. It is not a rule of nature. When you feel the pressure to speed up, to answer immediately, to rush through your own existence, remember the quiet creature in the canopy. Remember that you have the right to pause. You have the right to take a deep breath before you respond. You have the exquisite privilege of moving slowly. For tonight, there is absolutely nowhere you need to rush to. The destination is right here, in the quiet dark, in the heavy, comfortable surrender of your own body. The journey of the day is completely over. The forest around the chameleon continues its slow, nocturnal symphony. A leaf detaches from a higher branch and drifts silently past. A distant, unnamed insect chirps a single, soft note that is quickly swallowed by the vastness of the dark. The world is carrying on, shifting, breathing, and aging. But the chameleon remains untouched by it all. It is anchored. It is safe. It is wrapped in the impenetrable armor of its own profound peace. Let that same peace wrap around you now. Let the language of silence speak to the exhausted parts of your mind, whispering the one truth you need to hear most. You have done enough. You are enough. You can let the world turn without you for a few hours. The stars will keep their watch. The earth will maintain its gentle gravity, and the quiet night will hold you completely safe until the morning comes. The night has now entered its most profound and beautiful chapter. This is the hour of deep time, a space where the frantic, anxious ticking of the human clock completely dissolves into the vast, unending rhythm of the earth. The world outside your window is no longer spinning. It is simply resting, held perfectly in the dark, silent embrace of the cosmos. The air has settled. The winds have calmed to a gentle, intermittent whisper. It is as if the entire planet has taken a collective, deep breath in, and is now in the middle of a long, incredibly peaceful exhale. Before we drift deeper into tonight's gentle journey, remember to subscribe to Sleep Deep. Here, you'll always find peaceful stories that soothe the heart and quiet the mind. Where are you listening from tonight? Leave a comment. Your presence adds warmth to this quiet corner of the night. High above the unseen forest floor, our sleeping chameleon remains completely surrendered to this grand exhale. It is perfectly still. A tiny, textured gem hidden among the dark leaves, riding the slow, oceanic sway of its fragile branch. But even in this profound stillness, there is life. It is not the loud, demanding life of the daylight hours, but a quiet, hidden vitality that pulses just beneath the surface of the world. To understand this quiet life, we must look beyond the sleeping creature and feel the presence of the ancient tree that holds it. The tree is not merely a piece of wood, a static object providing a convenient resting place. It is a living, breathing monument, older than any memory, and it is quietly working through the night to protect the sanctuary it provides. During the day, the tree was a busy factory of light, pulling the sun's energy into its leaves and exhaling the oxygen that fills the atmosphere. But now, in the cool, silver, dark, the tree shifts its purpose. The millions of tiny pores on the underside of its leaves, called stomata, begin to gently close. The tree is sealing in its moisture, conserving its strength, wrapping itself in a protective, invisible cloak of humidity. And deep within the trunk, hidden beneath the thick, rough bark, a slow, steady miracle is taking place. The sap, the lifeblood of the forest, continues its incredibly slow journey. It moves up from the deep, anchoring roots, carrying the cool water of the earth, and flows gently outward toward the very tips of the branches. This movement is silent, but if you could press your ear against the trunk, or if you possessed the delicate, sensitive touch of the chameleon's padded feet, you would feel it. It is a vibration, a slow, steady pulse. It is the heartbeat of the ancient wood. The chameleon, with its tail securely coiled around the slender twig and its feet softly resting on the bark, is directly connected to this pulse. It does not just sleep on the tree in this quiet hour. It becomes part of the tree, the slow, rhythmic flow of the sap beneath the bark perfectly matches the incredibly slow, shallow beating of the chameleon's own resting heart. They are synchronized, two completely different forms of life, sharing the exact same cadence of peace. There is a deeply comforting lesson in this hidden connection. When we lie awake in the dark, separated from our daily routines and the people we interact with, it is so easy to feel isolated. The quiet of the night can sometimes trick the mind into believing that we are completely alone, unmoored, drifting in our own separate spaces with nothing to hold on to but our own racing thoughts. But the forest tells a completely different story. The forest tells us that isolation is an illusion. Even in the deepest dark, even when you are completely silent and still, you are held by an intricate, invisible web of connection. You are held by the gravity of the earth, which lovingly keeps you tethered to your bed. You are held by the steady, rhythmic filling and emptying of your own lungs, a process that connects you to the very air that the ancient trees breathed out just for you. You are part of the grand, quiet breathing of the world. Imagine that slow, steady pulse of the ancient tree echoing in your own space. With every heartbeat, imagine a wave of profound, heavy relaxation moving through you, just like the cool sap moving through the branches. Let the pulse begin at the very top of your head, a soft, soothing pressure that smooths away the furrows in your brow. Feel it slowly travel down your neck, releasing the tight, invisible bands of tension that have gathered there throughout the day. You do not need to hold your head up anymore. The pillow is doing the work. You can let go. Feel the pulse move into your shoulders, those incredibly tired joints that have carried the weight of your responsibilities, your decisions, and your worries. as the imaginary wave washes over them. Let them drop. Let them sink an inch deeper into the mattress. They are allowed to be heavy. They are allowed to rest. The wave of relaxation continues its slow journey downward, flowing through your arms, past your elbows, and pooling comfortably in the palms of your hands. Your fingers, which spend all day grasping, typing, holding, and fixing, can finally uncurl. They can rest completely open and empty. There is nothing left to hold on to tonight. There is nothing left to fix. As the chameleon rests securely on its branch, it is also bathed in another, even more ancient form of light, millions of miles above the canopy. The stars are shining. The light from these stars has traveled across the unimaginable, freezing depths of space, journeying for thousands, perhaps millions of years, just to finally arrive here, tonight. And where does this ancient light end its magnificent journey? It lands softly, without a sound, on the dark, sleeping leaves of the canopy. It rests upon the textured skin of the chameleon. When you look at the stars, or even just imagine them glowing above the roof of your house, it completely changes the scale of your worries. The things that felt so urgent, so overwhelmingly large during the day, the deadlines, the awkward conversations, the things you forgot to do, they suddenly become very small when placed against the backdrop of the eternal, starry sky. The universe is vast, and it has been moving in this beautiful, slow dance of light and dark for billions of years. It does not require your anxiety to keep turning. It does not need your constant vigilance to maintain its balance. The cosmos is incredibly patient, and it is gently inviting you to share in that patience. You do not need to figure out tomorrow right now. Tomorrow is a distant land, and you are not required to travel there yet. You are only required to be here, in the soft, forgiving dark. Let your breathing synchronize with the heartbeat of the forest. Inhale deeply, drawing in the cool, starry air. Exhale slowly, releasing the last, lingering echoes of the day into the night. Inhale, and feel the gentle rise of your chest. Exhale, and feel the profound surrender of your weight. You are anchored, just like the chameleon on the fragile edge. You are safe. You are part of the quiet, breathing world, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Let the darkness hold you. Let the silence heal you. Drift softly with the turning of the earth, sinking deeper and deeper into the beautiful masterpiece of the night. The night has now deepened into its most silent, sacred hour. This is the velvet center of the darkness, a time suspended beautifully between the memory of yesterday and the distant, unformed promise of tomorrow. It is an hour that belongs to no one and to nothing but rest. The forest around our sleeping chameleon has entered a state of profound, collective stillness that feels almost architectural, a grand, invisible cathedral built entirely out of peace, shadows, and the slow, rhythmic breathing of the earth. And in that quiet moment under the endless sky, something feels deeply different. The boundaries that usually separate the world begin to soften and blur. During the loud, demanding hours of the day, everything feels distinct and separated. We feel separated from our surroundings, constantly moving through spaces, manipulating objects, and interacting with a world that feels firmly placed outside of ourselves. The chameleon. 2. Moved through the canopy as an independent creature, negotiating the branches, seeking the sunlight, and observing the leaves. But here, in the absolute zenith of the night, that separation dissolves. The chameleon is no longer just a creature resting on a tree. It has become an extension of the tree itself. Its temperature perfectly matches the cool, ambient air of the forest. The slow, incredibly shallow rhythm of its breathing is entirely synchronized with the microscopic transpiration of the leaves around it. The dark, muted colors of its skin are identical to the deep, textured shadows cast by the moonlight. It has surrendered its individuality to the grand, unified tapestry of the night. And in doing so, it has found the ultimate, unbreakable safety. There is a magnificent, soft revelation hidden in this surrender. We spend so much of our waking lives trying to stand out, trying to define our edges, and fighting to hold our ground against the rushing currents of the world. We exhaust ourselves trying to prove that we are here, that we matter, and that we have earned our place. We carry that deep, existential exhaustion into our evenings, our minds still vibrating with the effort of simply existing in a loud society. But the sleeping creature on the fragile branch offers a different, deeply healing truth. You do not need to fight to belong to this world. You do not need to earn your right to rest. Just as the chameleon belongs completely and effortlessly to the ancient tree simply by allowing itself to be held by it, you belong to this quiet night simply by existing within it. You are a natural, necessary part of this universe. And right now, the universe is asking absolutely nothing of you but to let go. Think about the sheer relief of that truth. You can stop trying to hold your own edges together. You can allow the boundaries between your exhausted mind and the quiet room to softly blur. Let the darkness wrap around you not as a void, but as a heavy, comforting blanket that integrates you into the peaceful stillness of the house, the neighborhood, and the spinning earth itself. You are not alone in the dark. You are a vital, resting piece of a world that is healing itself. As the chameleon sleeps, a quiet, invisible alchemy is taking place deep within its body. This is the true, biological purpose of the night. It is not merely a pause. It is a time of profound cellular repair. The energy that was gathered from the morning sun and the moisture collected from the early dew are now being utilized in the most gentle, unseen ways. Microscopic tears in the muscles are being woven back together. The complex, highly evolved nervous system is flushing away the sensory fatigue of the day. The body is rebuilding itself, softly and silently, preparing a fresh, renewed canvas for whatever the next sunrise might bring. This cellular masterpiece is happening without a single conscious thought from the chameleon. It does not need to direct its own healing. It only needs to provide the stillness, and nature takes care of the rest. The exact same gentle miracle is happening within you right now. As you lie here, sinking deeper into the soft support of your bed, your body is embarking on its own journey of repair. You do not need to understand it, and you certainly do not need to control it. Let your awareness drift slowly down from your peaceful hands, traveling gently through your torso. Feel the steady, unhurried rise and fall of your stomach. With every exhale, Imagine that your body is naturally releasing the microscopic tensions, the invisible stress hormones, and the cellular exhaustion that accumulated over the hours of the day. You are literally exhaling the past. Let that wave of deep, repairing relaxation flow down into your hips, releasing any lingering tightness. Feel it travel like a slow, warming river down your thighs, past your knees, and into your calves. These are the muscles that carry you forward, that support your weight, and that navigate the physical demands of your life. They are finally off duty. Allow them to feel heavy, so beautifully heavy, as they sink completely into the mattress. Finally, let the relaxation pool in your ankles and your feet, the soles of your feet, which have carried you over so many miles and through so many varied landscapes today, can finally soften. Every toe can relax, from the very crown of your head down to the very tips of your toes. You are enveloped in a state of profound, restorative stillness. You are doing the most important work possible right now by simply doing nothing at all, as we float in this expansive, timeless hour. The sky above the forest canopy continues its impossibly slow rotation. The constellations, those ancient, glittering maps drawn by the imaginations of our ancestors, drift silently toward the west. They are moving at a pace that is entirely imperceptible to the naked eye, a testament to the grand, unfathomable patience of time. When we are caught in the grip of a busy day, time feels like a predator. It feels like something that is constantly chasing us, slipping through our fingers, running out before we can ever finish what we started. We battle against the clock, always feeling like we are falling behind. But here, in the deep sanctuary of the night, time reveals its true, gentle nature. Time is not a predator. It is a vast, calm ocean, and you are currently floating perfectly upon its surface. The hours of the night are not slipping away from you. They are cradling you. They are stretching out, expanding into a wide, generous space that offers you nothing but sanctuary. There is an abundance of time between this exact second and the moment you need to wake. There are thousands upon thousands of quiet, dark seconds lined up perfectly, each one a soft, unhurried gift dedicated entirely to your peace. The chameleon's tail remains perfectly, securely coiled around the fragile twig. The branch continues its slow, hypnotic sway in the subtle midnight breeze. The ancient tree continues to draw cool water from the deep, dark earth. Everything is functioning in a state of flawless, unhurried harmony. If you find that your mind still occasionally flickers with a stray thought, do not be frustrated. Treat that thought with the same profound gentleness that the night treats the sleeping forest. Imagine that thought as a single, dry leaf that has finally let go of a high branch. Watch it as it slowly, lazily drifts down through the dark air. It sways back and forth, completely weightless, until it finally lands softly on the forest floor, swallowed by the quiet shadows. You do not need to follow it. You can simply remain up here, anchored in the canopy, safe, held, and deeply, beautifully at rest. We have traveled deep into the velvet heart of the night. This is the hour where the world is no longer spinning forward. It is simply hovering, suspended in a vast, beautiful ocean of quiet. The ancient forest has folded itself entirely into the dark, wrapping every leaf, every branch, and every sleeping creature in a blanket of profound and undisturbed peace. The air is perfectly still, heavy with the cool, comforting scent of resting earth and the silent, silver light of the distant stars. There is no rush here. There is no urgency. The concept of time has melted away, leaving only this single, stretching moment of tranquility, high in the canopy, at the very edge of a slender, swaying branch. Our chameleon has surrendered completely to the night. It is a masterpiece of stillness. If you were to look at it now, you would not see an animal on guard, waiting for the dawn. You would see a creature that has entirely given itself over to the process of rest. Its body is cool, matching the exact temperature of the midnight air. Its beautifully textured skin, now a deep, muted charcoal, perfectly absorbs the shadows, hiding it completely from the waking world. The chameleon is not holding on to the branch with effort. This is one of the most remarkable and comforting biological truths of this gentle creature. When it falls asleep, the tendons in its uniquely shaped, mitten-like feet naturally lock into place. The gripping of the wood is no longer an active choice. It is a passive, effortless reality. Its long, curled tail is secured around the twig like a soft, immovable anchor, because its body is mechanically held safe by its own brilliant design. The chameleon's mind and muscles can completely power down. It does not need to spend a single ounce of energy ensuring it will not fall. It simply trusts the anchor. It trusts the branch. It trusts the ancient tree to hold it suspended between the earth and the sky. I want you to find that exact same trust in your own body right now. Think about the surface beneath you, the mattress, the pillows, the heavy, warm blankets covering you. They are your anchor. They are uniquely designed to hold your weight, to contour to your shape, and to keep you perfectly, utterly safe. You do not need to hold yourself rigid anymore. You do not need to use your muscles to keep yourself aligned or prepared for movement. Let the tendons in your own body unlock. Release the invisible grip you have been maintaining on the day. Allow your spine to melt softly into the mattress, feeling the gentle, upward support of the bed rising to meet you. Let your arms become completely heavy, sinking like warm stones into the soft fabric beneath them. Your legs, which have carried you through so many hours, so many tasks, and so many miles, are now officially free from their duties. Let them roll slightly outward, completely relaxed, completely off the clock. You are anchored here. You are safe. You do not need to spend a single ounce of energy to remain exactly where you are. As the chameleon rests, its breathing is a marvel of slowness. It takes a breath so shallow, so quiet, that it barely disturbs the microscopic dust motes floating in the dark air. It is the breath of a creature that needs absolutely nothing from the world right now except a tiny sip of oxygen. It inhales peace. It exhales the lingering echoes of the day. Join the chameleon in this slow, hypnotic rhythm. You do not need to force your breath. Just observe it as it naturally slows its pace. Feel the cool air gently entering your nose, traveling down into your chest, and softly expanding your lungs. It is a quiet, effortless expansion. Then, feel the warm air leaving your body, carrying with it the very last remnants of tension, of worry, of the endless, rushing thoughts that have crowded your mind. With every exhale, you are sinking deeper. You are drifting further away from the bright, loud world of yesterday and moving closer to the soft, welcoming center of sleep. You have journeyed through the ancient forest tonight. You have watched the gentle creature gather the morning dew on its delicate crest. You have seen it sway perfectly in time with the wind, moving with a deliberate, beautiful slowness that defies the rushing pace of our modern lives. You have witnessed the silent symphony of its changing colors, a language spoken entirely without sound. But here, at the very end of our journey, there is a beautiful secret I must share with you. You do not need to remember any of it. You do not need to memorize the biological facts. You do not need to hold on to the image of the forest or the exact shape of the chameleon's incredible eyes. Sleep stories are not a test. They are not a task to be completed or a lesson to be learned. They are simply a soft bridge, built from words and imagery, designed to carry you across the turbulent waters of your own mind and gently deposit you on the quiet shores of rest. Now that you have arrived on that shore, you can let the bridge dissolve. Let the details of the story fade away, blurring into a pleasant, formless watercolor of dark greens, deep blues, and soft, silver moonlight. All you need to keep is the feeling of being completely unhurried, the feeling of being perfectly hidden and entirely safe on a quiet branch, the profound, undeniable truth that sometimes the most beautiful and necessary thing you can do is absolutely nothing at all. Our world is obsessed with forward motion. It tells us that we must always be producing, achieving, and moving toward the next goal. It makes us feel guilty for pausing, making us believe that rest is a weakness. But the natural world knows better. The ancient trees, the quiet stars, and the sleeping chameleon all understand that rest is the very foundation of life. Without the deep, repairing silence of the night, there can be no vibrant energy in the morning. Your exhaustion is not a failing, it is a natural, biological request for sanctuary. And tonight, that sanctuary is fully granted. If this story brought you calm, leave a gentle comment for yourself, a quiet wish, a soft thought, or just a simple acknowledgement that you took this time for your own peace. Don't forget to subscribe to Sleep Deep for more peaceful nighttime journeys. We will always be here, offering a quiet corner of the internet where the only expectation is that you allow yourself to let go. The forest is entirely silent now. The thin branch sways, a microscopic movement in the dark. The chameleon's chest rises and falls one more time. A slow, perfect rhythm. The heavy, textured eyelids are sealed shut, locking out the world, turning entirely inward toward the deep, restorative dark. Let your own eyes remain heavily, beautifully closed. Let the small muscles around your eyes smooth out and release. Let your jaw drop slightly, unclenching from the words you did not say today and the conversations you do not need to have tomorrow. Your face is soft. Your mind is quiet. You have done enough. You have been enough. The day has officially ended, and its grip on you is completely broken. There is absolutely nothing left to solve, nothing left to plan, and nowhere left to be. You are held by the gravity of the earth. You are watched over by the ancient light of the stars. You are wrapped in the soft, unending quiet of the night. Let yourself drift now. Sink into the heavy, warm embrace of your bed. Let the silence wash over you. A gentle, healing tide that carries you further and further into the beautiful, dreamless deep. Rest now. Simply rest. You are entirely safe. You are entirely at peace. Good night.